I sat down off stream and I was thinking about the comment that the chatter made yesterday. Tower defense games are about upgrades. And that is correct. Tower defense games are about upgrades. And this is what I want to work on today. I want to make really cool upgrades for the defender. I want to give him some juicy stuff. He has a bunch of abilities already. He has 1, 2, 3, even 4 abilities available on the top row. And he has 1, 2, and 3 abilities available on the bottom row. And let's not talk about those in the middle. But this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 abilities that we can power up with items. And I want to make sure that these upgrades feel really good and make sense. And so yesterday I sat down and I was taking a look at my upgrades and I was trying to give each item like a unique feel, a unique idea. Because ultimately the way the game will function is you will play with your hero, and as you play through the game, you will find more and more items that these heroes can use. And the idea later on is that you can exchange these items for other items that you found. But when you're starting out, you maybe have one unlocked item for the unit, one unlocked weapon, and that's it. And you have to unlock the other ones by finding them, by doing certain things. And these things need to make sense. And each item, I want to give them some interesting stats to make them worthwhile to pick up, to create different types of builds. I think I have already locked in the first 6 items on the defender, and I started working on the tier 2 upgrades for the defender. So if I restart here, this is the items I came up with off stream. And I suppose I'm just gonna place the hero a little bit further to the right so it opens up to the left here. Hello, I'm Emo, good morning, and you 64 as well. And Fireth, good morning as well. Fireth, good morning. So for example, the Withered Scimitar is like the bleed item, and this eye patch, I try to redesign the eye patch so that it looks a little bit better. It's not perfect, but this is what it looks like for now. Is also a bleed item, and I try to give the bleed item Wolf's Bite like bleed specific stuff. And this is what I came up with. The tier 2 item that you spend 340 points on is giving my unit 30 bleed damage, a 20% chance to bleed, 12% attack speed, because attack speed also scales bleed. Because if you hit faster and you inflict a lot of bleed damages on an enemy, you effectively deal more bleed damage. That's how it works. Because bleed stacks. It can stack infinitely, essentially. You can deal infinite damage with bleed if you stack it up fast enough. And ability duration also extends the duration of bleeds by 10%. And so today I want to basically lock in the tier 2 values for these items, the tier 2 weapons. And essentially, this is armor pierce, this is projectiles. If this is armor pierce, then this would be projectiles. Then this one should be projectiles too. And this should be defensive wise. So let's begin, okay? Now that we have this out of the way. This one feels a little weak. I never use it, so I might have to buff the wooden sword. But anyways, let's see here. Because they are all of equal value, that's the thing. I was thinking about having a value for each item. But I think it would just convolute... I think it would just convolute the menu. There would be too many prices. Now, let's see here. So I have this Gladius left. If the left one is for projectiles, which the Windbane is, the Windbane makes projectiles stronger, then the middle one in my opinion, should make defensive stats or buffs stronger. So for example, excuse me, for example here, I think I have a stat in the game. Stat, buff. No, I don't. Let me see here. It's called debuff, right? Debuff something. Debuff duration. So what I could do, for example, as another stat in the game, we could have something. Let's open up Paint here. So for example this. We could have something like a buff. And that's, for example, plus 50% damage. Okay. Maybe let's just make the G like this. That's a buff. Okay, these are Fs, not Ts. Okay, not a but, a buff. Secure, thank you very much for following, Secure TV. Good morning, sir. Plus 50% damage. And then I could have a stat that has... I could have multiple stats, right? For example, buff duration. Buff duration. So, for example, the buff is 50% damage, but for 5 seconds. Okay? Now, obviously, the buff duration stat can impact this, right? I also have ability duration. Ability. Ability duration. That can also affect this. Also. So now I have 2 knobs that I can turn to make buffs stronger and better, which I think is awesome. But there's more. I can have buff effect. Buff effect could affect the percentage here. Right, so now we have a knob that we can turn here. And now what I'm trying to do here, or what I'm trying to build, is a game where I have as many of these knobs as possible to turn. So when I have this buff that gives 50% damage to my surrounding units, well, it could be something as simple as, let's put it on the top corner here, right? I have a Tangerine, a Defender, and everyone in his range gets the 50% damage. Okay, the 50% here. Everyone in his range. So someone else in the range gets the 50%. Okay, and also what I could do here is... This field is an area of effect. AOE. So I could turn this stat here as well. I could basically increase the area of effect of this stat, or of this ability, and now everyone, it's a wider radius, and now it goes over here. So that's something I could have too. And in order to really know how to build this Gladius weapon, which is like the defensive attack weapon. Essentially, it's like a defensive weapon. I need to know what type of buffs this guy is gonna have. Because currently what I have is Taunt. Taunt allows me to make enemies attack me. Okay, and Taunt has a duration, a buff duration. And then Intervene. Intervene has damage absorption. So I intervene on a unit, and then the unit that's being attacked, I take 40% of that damage that the unit takes. But I would like to also implement some sort of radius type buff ability that makes all the units surrounding me stronger. Anyways, let's move on. So I was talking about these things, and I think I want to work on items, which I guess I have already. If I know that I want to have an AoE buff, area of effect. My unit doesn't have any area of effect. Maybe, apart from the wind slash. That's it. How you will be upgrades, how you will be doing them. Yeah, so like for example, the wind slash can grow bigger with more area of effect. And so then like I could add area of effect to this weapon as a stat to increase by 20%. And then more area of effect also allows me to increase the range of my taunt. And then this will be an AoE ability. Taunts all the enemies. Not just one enemy, but all the enemies. And then it has a cooldown. And the taunt is, I don't know, maybe every 10 seconds. Or every 20 seconds. I might be missing this, but does the weapon status stack from upgrade 1 to 2, or does it replace the stats? It adds on top of each other, yeah. And so what I was thinking of doing yesterday too is I was like, if you hover over this orange here, or if you hover over the top part of this menu, it's gonna show you in a transparent list to the right all of the stats that you have gotten so far, in addition to the base stats. So it will show you the base and the additional stats that you've picked up through the weapons and stuff like that. Does picking one upgrade path lock you out of a different upgrade path? Or could be nice to save types where one Tangy can be more of a tank / taunt oriented and the other one more DPS. Yeah, so for example, I can place the unit twice. And then this guy could be the Bleed Master. And this guy could be the Defensive Master. Now I have two different units. Yes, that's possible, if that's what you mean. Is that what you mean? Clown Edition when? Never? Anyways, let's work on this upgrade right here. The Gladius. Oh, it's different from abilities to unlock panel thing you had before. This is different. Oh, you mean this? No, so this is this works like the following. It works exactly like these weapons. So let's say I have a bunch more skill points, and let's say we have unlocked till here something. Now I have to quickly, actually, I have to quickly edit this guy, because yeah, give me a second. This ability right here is not supposed to be tier 0, but tier 2. Save. And then let's pick this up again. So you essentially make a decision vertically. So for example here I can, on this unit I can choose, I don't know, the Shield Orb ability. And on this unit I choose the Wolf Fang Fist ability. So, like, I can still make a decision there. The skill tree is just something that I unlock permanently. I'm unlocking these permanently. Yes. And so, this is just like a meta progression. You could think about it like that. Or balloons the experience system. That's essentially what this is. And now, what I want to do today is this Gladius in relation to the defensive abilities that I already have. So maybe I'm gonna replace those, but Taunt will be applying a Taunt debuff on enemies. that will all target my unit. And intervene will protect the unit. It will protect someone from taking damage. And then the third one here will be some sort of AoE ability that is active at all times, like here. This stuff right here. Where it gives everyone inside of this radius, let's say, 50% defenses or 50% attack damage or something like that. And so I think I'm just gonna quickly fix Taunt. Even though it doesn't really do much at the moment, but maybe we can make it fun so that it's actually useful to use. Probably not in the beginning, but later on. But usually Taunt is like the first thing, right? Let's see, Taunt. Number 1, duration. How long should the Taunt last and how long should the cooldown be? It looks like cooldown is gonna be 20 seconds. So we're gonna start out with 22. And then the duration is gonna increase. Let's say 5 seconds. Maybe that's not long enough. Maybe Taunt, like how long does Taunt usually last in? So for example, Dragon Age Origins, right? How long is Taunt? How long is this? It has a cooldown of 20, or actually, wow, 20 seconds. Hello, Kubile, good morning. How's it going, bro? And then it has, what does activation mean? So this is probably the cost. And how long does the Taunt last? Taunt's an area of effect. Wait, Taunt's area of effect is self-centered 10-meter sphere. Immediately generates 300 threat on any target. Ah, so it works on threat. I get it now. It's not a target priority, nor is it like a debuff. You basically generate threat. Okay. And so Taunt in my game is a little bit different. It's all good. I will learn Unity. Really? You could do League of Legends Taunt? Yeah, like for example, League of Legends Taunt forces you to attack. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, like a League of Legends Taunt. Like how long should that last though? I think I'm gonna let it last for 10 seconds. And then I'm just not gonna scale the duration of the Taunt. Or actually maybe level times 1. We start with 9. With 7. Yeah, let's start with 7, because we can increase the duration really quickly. And cooldown can be reduced really fast as well. Well, you know what? I'm gonna start with 4. Maybe 5. Plus minus 1 minus plus. True. Exactly, Kazakhs. And next level duration. Yeah, so that's 5 plus 1. There you go. Oops, sorry, bottle fell on keyboard. Sure, bro. Let me see. We have the duration, and then we also need to have a... This should be called duration next level. Cooldown next level. Actually, do I scale cooldown? Okay, shut the fuck up, asshole. In LoL, Shen had taunt, enemies had red visuals over their head, then moved to the target, then attacked. Yeah, so I'm not gonna do moving to the target, but I'm gonna put a red visual over their head, yeah. So I guess we're gonna implement taunt now. Oh. I don't know about cooldown next level. If I wanna keep this. Okay, 22 minus level times 2. There you go. And then we need to set the cooldown here. And we also need to set a const float AoE. Which I think we're gonna taunt enemies in the radius of a 32. And if that's too little, we're gonna make it... I think actually 32 is nothing at all. So let's do like 64. Zaki, thank you very much for following, bro. Oh my god, I have such a cool idea, guys. I have such a cool idea. Hello, Yova. Good morning, bro. Stat AoE. And I think it needs to be base, right? AoE has the mountain pixels. So base AoE. And then we add that in. Now we need to change the description for taunt. There you go. So taunts all enemies in the area around the unit, forcing them to attack the hero. To attack the hero. To prioritize. To prioritize the hero. So because we have a target priority in the games, therefore they need to prioritize the hero, right? Stop with the idea, finish the game. What do you mean by idea? This is finishing the game. Are you stupid?
Is this guy actually dumb? I'm working on my core gameplay loop right now. The core gameplay loop is the upgrades. Taunt is an upgrade, you dumbo.
What is this guy talking about? Huh? Like, poof. What? Okay, anyways, so like this guy's a clown, it's fine. It's totally okay. So what do we have? We have duration, cooldown, and AoE. And we definitely need a duration, I think. Is it called base duration or duration? Tonakis, thank you very much for following. Cakez, you're gonna stop adding features at some point. That's not a feature, bro. This is not a feature. This is an ability. It's not a feature, it's an ability. It's part of the core loop. My core loop is the upgrades and the combat in my game. Especially the upgrades. I'm currently adding in an upgrade into the game. Do you understand? Cakez, how are you? Good. Thanks for asking. Who am I? I'm currently working on upgrades. I don't know if we should call it base duration or duration. Let's see here. It's right below this. It just goes over the shield counts, but not the duration. Okay. Well, but then if I take a look at this, base duration goes from 12 to 14. But then if I... Wait, there was a reason for why that is. Ah, because it can't be reliant on items. But what if I have... ability duration? 13.2 seconds. So duration is affected at the bottom, but is not affected here. Anyways, we call this base duration then. We call this base duration, and then below is the duration that is actually affected by the stats of the skill tree. The actual duration. So over here it should be called base duration. And then down below it says the actual duration. I think this is what I should do. And then move on. So over here this is base duration. And over here base duration too. Nice. So now that we have this in there, what else do we need? We have base duration and I think area of effect. Yeah. Base duration and then this says range. I think I have AoE here somewhere too. Cooldown. Range. Gold. Ah, there we go. AoE. Nice. Perfect. Let's add that in. Base duration, shield count. AoE. So what we're gonna do here now is supply the duration and the AoE. So that's the updated description. Let's see. Base duration, and actually it's supposed to look different, right? It's supposed to be gray. Let's see how that is done. It's big G. Big G. And it says base duration. And then in green. That's a bit odd. Hey Cakez, congrats on 1 million copies sold. Not bad considering that the game isn't finished yet. Hello Tischbox now, good morning. Yeah, it's not my game, okay? But I'm surprised, like I saw their game before. We talked about their game before. And I didn't think they would have such a successful game. So I'm excited to talk about it in a second. But first we need to always make progress in the game, you guys. That is the #1 thing that we have to do. Okay? There is no way around that. Cakez, I will share it with you next week. I need to rip this out, and it's not really easy because he did it with Fmod. Alright.
Kill your mother!
Let's see.
Oh! Keep spamming your attacks! Yes! Bro, keep spamming them! Boom, boom, boom!
Oh no! Let's see that. What does that look like? Guys, what do you think? Should I you know, say taunts is a thing that... Should I highlight taunts, essentially? Same shirt? Really? It's a prototype, who cares? That's fine, it's fine. Yes, highlights. I think it's a good idea, but maybe the highlight should be in a different color rather than green. Because green's always... Maybe it should be yellow? I like that. It's subtle. It's subtle yet maybe blue like on top. I think this is better. It's subtle, yet it shows, it highlights it. Okay, cool. Now that we have this AoE base duration, now we need to implement the taunt ability. And the cool thing is, we have already done this. It's almost implemented. Also, this is a little bit annoying, right? It has this one here, then this one, then this one. I need to sort these. And I think the way these are sorted is by the way they are in the skill tree. So I would need to sort the abilities found by their ID or something. Maybe I need to give them like a sorting thing. The node. So essentially what I'm dealing with is I have the shield orbs here to the left, then I have the taunt, and then I have the Wolfang Fist ability. So I want this to be shield orbs, taunt, Wolfang Fist. But these two are out of order, essentially, right? They have a different order. And the reason for that is because these nodes in the skill tree, I built them using my own editor. And so what I can do here is I can right click on a node like this, and then it brings me up this line. And I can connect this line to any other node that I want to. So for example, I just made a bridge from this node right here to this node all the way there. And I can also get rid of this line. And in order to build myself a new node, I can click this button here, and then I can drag myself this newly made node and do something with this. And internally, this node has an ID. And that ID basically says, I come first in the node array, essentially, if that makes sense. So this is just a collection of nodes, and I spawned this node after I have already spawned all of these nodes. So this node right here is the last node in the array. And so if I place this node here at the very beginning and add an ability to it, it will appear last in the list. Because it only finds it last. So, I think what I could do is make sure that the nodes are sorted in the editor. So I could potentially just display their ID. Yeah, guys, I think it's faster to do it this way. And also more efficient. Like, it doesn't do much in terms of computation, but still. Display skill tree. Let's see here. Content. Skill tree edit. So, for example, over here. In skill tree edit, skill tree editor controls, the save button. We have the save button. We have new nodes button. Then we have a selected node. We have those things on the left. Draw route around the origin. We have that. And now we have the draw nodes right here. So this is the for loop. And in this for loop, I want to display the node's ID. Because every single node has an int ID. There we go. So we're just gonna draw. That's all we need to do, essentially. And that would be the node. Data. What do we have no data here for? No data, okay. Description. No data is center. Is origin. That's node position. Ah, okay. So that's the center on top. Okay. Very nice. Yeah. Plus node data dot size dot y divided by 2, and that would be, instead of plus, it's minus. It's a vector 2 0. There we go. And then this would be render options is outline. And then over here we have the node ID. Here we go. Let's clean this up. Let's see how that looks. Now we are displaying the ID. Hopefully it's on top. Ooh, okay, so that's a bit crazy. Center. Good. And then I also would like to have the font size of 0.5. Wish you good progress there. Thank you, Audio Speak. Welcome, bro. Long time no see. Hope you're doing good. There you go. And now we can see all of the IDs. Doing fine. That's awesome to hear, bro. So, and now we can see that number 5 obviously comes after number 2. And so what can I do here in this case? Well, I could take this and exchange it. Or what I could do is, okay, fine. We have this. Close that. Let's just close the game. Start it again. I'm doing fine. To be a millionaire would be something else, but I'm fine. It's gonna take some time to get to a million, right? Alright, so we're gonna move this exactly over this one here. And then we're gonna move this guy exactly here. And so now there's a bunch of connections that shouldn't be there, obviously. So for example, this one shouldn't be connected to these two here. But it should be connected to those. And then we're gonna get rid of these connections here. Boom. I think I have this in the right position. It's difficult to tell right now. And then over here, this one is now replacing the other one. See this? And now I have effectively sorted these two. And I will probably have to sort this one too, because this is ID 3. So I would have to exchange these two as well. And so let's save this. Oh, I see. So wait, isn't this though? Isn't this only displaying when I'm in the editor? Wait a minute. I only want to draw the ID if I'm in the editor. Okay. There you go. Okay, let's see him. So now I don't display this. Thank you guys for following Kur Wamumba and Fish. Welcome, Fish. Hello there, sir. Thank you very much for following. If dev debug equals 1 show code Nobi. No, it has nothing to do with if dev debug, brother. What are you talking about? TTS, don't be so fucking rude. You're rude, bruh. This guy's stupid. But anyways, so now we can give ourselves some points. And they should be sorted. We should have Taunt. Wait, no, actually. Okay, so this is not supposed to be Taunt. This is supposed to be Shield Orbs. And this is supposed to be Taunt. There you go. Save. And now, whenever I skill up these, they show up correctly. Easy fix. Huh. What do you think? Anyways, so we're gonna try to implement the Taunt ability now. That's supposed to be an AoE ability that taunts enemies for 6 seconds. And maybe the taunt is too short. We'll have to see. And also, I question the validity of taunt that is on a 20-second cooldown that is always used. I'll have to see. Maybe I need to make taunt... Oh, excuse me. Maybe I need to make taunt like a global ability. And then I can activate that myself. Like in Bloons. For example, you know the Monkey Bureau in Bloons? You activate that yourself. Maybe taunt could be something I activate. But we'll have to see. We'll have to test it out. And if it sucks, then we're gonna do it that way. But for now, okay, taunt. What are we gonna do? Let's see. Taunt buff. If we have a taunt buff, we override it. If not, we inflict the buff. Okay, so that's buff type taunt. Look for enemy to attack. Check for taunt buff. Yeah, that's something else. We want to attack the taunted enemy. Uh-oh. The moment I start programming, this always happens. You know, I ramble and do nothing. She's quiet. And the moment I start programming, she's like, you can't program now, bro. You need to take care of me now.
Take care of me! Come on.
Okay, this is just applying a buff. That's fine. She likes the blabbering. Yeah, it looks like. But I really have to go to the bathroom, man. Fuck. I really have to go, man. Check for taunt. We have this. Buff type taunt. Just like Cakez. Let me see here. So essentially when I inflict the taunt, or when I activate taunt, I want to not only apply the buff, but I also want to create an effect. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Zoe. I can't program, it's fine. I'm gonna bring you to your mom. She should be done by now anyways. Anyways, okay, so what I want to do here is I want to generate the taunt sprite, which I think I have. Angry or something? Yeah, icon taunt circle. Okay. If someone is taunted, they have the icon taunt circle and the icon taunt arrow red. If they have that buff. Let's see here. Old version. Let me see. Buff type chilled. We have that implemented. We have buff type burning implemented. And we have buff type bleeding implemented. And now we have buff type taunt. Which I think we don't need an owner anymore. Well, we do need to get the owner for that buff, right? If someone is taunting us and that person dies, the thing should return us. So let's see. Entity part owner is get entity by ID buff.owner. And then if we don't have an owner, we need to remove the buff. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. We just draw these two sprites. Let's see how that looks. Oh my god, what is my wife doing? The baby's like crying like it's dying. Game state. What? Add. There we go. Not audible on stream? Yeah, thank God. It's really distracting. And obviously you worry, right? Okay, so the sprite ID is the taunt circle, for example. That is on the entity.position origin, because we are taunted. The previous position is, well, the entity.previous position. The size is not needed. Draw data is needed. We need a layer, which is behind the entity.layer. And then dot render options, which is rendering additive blending. There we go. Okay, so then that would be this sprite, and I want to see how that looks. Let's see here. Let's add taunt to this guy. Oh, he's taunting. I don't know who he taunted. I found your stream. when this game was in its infancy. And now you're so far incredible, hands down. Cakez 7L. My man, just Mype. Holy shit. That's awesome, bro. It's been a long journey, yeah. Yeah, the release was so great. Why is he not taunting? Ah, there it is. There was another taunt. Okay, in order to debug this, I want to make taunt have a very low cooldown. Okay, so it's animating the sword. Towards a target. And then it's inflicting a buff, isn't it? Is a unit taunted, essentially? Is that happening? Nothing's happening. Okay, so maybe that's because the ability itself doesn't have a range. I think it should have a range though. But it has AoE. Okay, so wait. Taunt. I see. So what we need to do here is get overlapping. What is it called? Get targets inside. Okay. We need targets inside of the area that we have. And it takes an elliptical area. That's fine. Alright, let's see here. Which one is AoE? Which one is AoE? I need to have an AoE area, an ability that does AoE damage. That would be... I think it's the fireball. Excuse me. Ability fireball. Tosses a projectile. That is fireball. Okay.
Wait.
Poison.
Oh my god! I hate Kunst!
Poison.
Kunst is trash!
Poison cloud. Let's see how that's done here.
No!
Kilometer.
What?
Deal AoE damage. AoE data.
What just happened there?
AoE ellipse. AoE radius. Okay. Gets that value AoE radius.
I wanted to relax. I wanted to relax.
I must say it sounds a bit weird that a character can taunt enemies, but they continue to move on. From all other games I've played, when you taunt something, they redirect all attention to you. In this case, their primary goal is to still reach the end and not destroy the character that taunted them. Should they not stop at their location or at least hover around the character that taunted them? Well, taunt could be some form of stun. Yeah, so like we have to play test this. Yes. I know what you mean. So like, again, we have to play test this and see if taunt actually makes sense. If taunt sucks, then I'm gonna remove it from the game. I won't use it. You know? Or it will be single target. And then you can focus it on one guy and they always attack you. They can only attack you. And if you're not in range, they don't attack you at all. They don't attack anyone else. How can you taunt non-attacking enemy? Yeah, so like there are all of these questions that I have to, which I don't have answers to. I don't know. Taunt makes sense in RPGs. Yeah, so we'll have to see, right? I don't know. There we go. Okay, so this will be the lips. Do I have AoE radius already? Huh, cool. We have the AoE radius. Very nice. How do I get it? From the ability, it takes both stats together and gives me the radius. Awesome. That's nice. And then we get the targets inside the taunt area. And for all of the targets... Huh? I see. Taunt target and targets. We apply the buff to the taunt target. You shouldn't waste time on this, as it will not play out well for your type of game, Cakes. I don't know that. I haven't tried it. And I know what you mean. I would love to be wrong and right, but I would love to know this already, but I don't know. What is the problem here? I see, so that's a target pointer. Let him know, do what he wants. Maybe it will be a good mechanic, hope so. Yeah, so like if this mechanic is bad, we're gonna do something else for sure. Don't worry about it, guys. So this is the thing about game development that you have to understand. It is difficult to make decisions because sometimes you don't know if it's going to be the right decision or not. So how many targets do we have here? 1. Okay, that's very small. Really? Oh my god, I'm stupid. It was supposed to take... No, wait. The targets... Depending on... Wait a minute. Get targets inside. Max Heroes is the problem. Yeah. That's also a problem. It's not, though. How do I do this? I think taunt in your game would translate into making attacking the enemies prioritize this target in the first place. I don't know about enemies stopping on the path, changing direction. Yeah, like, so then taunt would be like a stun, right? Let me see. Shit, this is a bit annoying. Because I don't know. So like this needs to be an if. I mean, I can do this, I guess. If target data dot target components and game state and component enemy, then we want to get the targets for the enemies. Max enemies. And then we want to taunt them. Essentially, we can only taunt on enemies. Well, maybe not. Maybe I want to have taunt on both. And then in the other case, if we don't target enemies, then we want to taunt the heroes. Spawned heroes. There we go. Yeah, give me a second, guys. My wife needs some help. Let's see if this works. Stun is disabling enemies. Taunt is some kind of movement, decision, behavior, manipulation. Well, so what they could potentially do is taunt would make enemies walk towards you very slowly. Very, very slowly, because they're taunted, right? And then after they have done walking towards you, they keep walking towards the exit. They go back to the road and start walking towards the exit. That could be something. What do you guys think? Actually, that would make sense. And if they don't attack your unit, then they just don't attack the unit. I don't know yet, because I don't have attacking. I was working on... What was I working on? Holy shit. Oh yeah, I was applying the buff, the taunt buff to the targets. And I wanted to see how many targets I'm effectively taunting with taunt. No targets. Oh, because I'm applying the buff here, am I not? How many targets? 9 targets getting the taunt buff, okay. Right? Aha. Not a single type of buff taunt. Is happening. It applies the buff? Eh? Buff type taunt? Oh my god, wait a minute. Activate ability, it applies the buff. Back to bad game. Okay, this guy's getting banned. Shut the fuck up. Is this not a bad game? You are bad, bitch. Let's see, a buff type. Buff type bleed pro. Oh, nothing happens. I get it. To do old. Buff type taunt. Just wait, you know? You will eat your words when I'm finished with my game. Just wait. Me working on this ability today? Aha. There it is. There we go. They're all taunted by me. All of those that have red circle are taunted. That's what it looks like. So what should they do when they are taunted? Should I make it so that when they are taunted, they start walking towards the taunted target? Go back, yes. Very slowly. The taunt also inflicts like a 95% movement speed debuff or something. Let me test something here, okay? Because this guy keeps using it, right? Yes. Alright, let's do it like this. Control K. Go back, so at least one hit goes in. What do you mean by go back? You mean backwards on the road? They lose bones while going back and lose health. Nah, Taunt should be like, what is it called? Taunt should be a crowd control ability. I think. That's usually what it is. We could try making it so that the enemies that follow the path when they're taunted, they go towards the taunted. I'll try. Wait a minute. Let's see here. How am I doing this? Sword rotation 0. So this is my sword position after I use taunt. And weapon distance. Effect. Center. Lift up. Let me see here. Weapon distance times 10. Distance base. Swing direction. Weapon position is center plus swing direction plus weapon distance. Where's the base coming from? Is that on the top here? Yeah. So for taunt, we could have hero. I see. The direction, the swing direction plus. Oh no, times. That would be center. Plus. And then over here we spawn that effect on the hero.weapon data.weapon position. There you go. Cakez. Cakez. If an enemy is taunted, they move back to the road to a certain point and the hero could get 1 or 2 hits in. That way the taunt has value in damage and not only in delay with movement. Cakez Imager, Cakez Imager. 1 minute, 9 seconds. Oh, great. Congratulations. Congratulations, Mr. Shady Devon. Good evening. Hello there, demon. Hello there, sir. Weapon position. Am I defining the weapon position here? At the bottom? No. Why is he not lifting up the weapon? Hey, why is it not lifting up the weapon? Eh? So the weapon position, where's the center? 17. So we are basically at the center. We don't have a direction. Cause I'm using Taunt on myself. Swing direction in this case. Okay, so that would be direction up. I get it now. Okay, so that's already cool. Yeah. We wanna flip X over here, and then I kinda wanna have like a sword rotation of pi, or let's say pi divided by like 8 or something. Okay, minus maybe. Then over here. Minus sword rotation. Good evening. Already read that. Good morning, sir. Good evening, sir. Okay, let's see. How does that look? Hey, it's... Maybe the flip is wrong? No? Why is it... Huh? I'm so confused. I got 50 seconds, but Cakez, but didn't record it. Sad. Yeah, I think his... Okay, so for some reason the sword is in the wrong location here. Maybe that's the reason for this. No? Now we're gonna do sword rotation minus. Excuse me. Aha! But then we also need to flip. Huh? Heavy gamer second, messy code, yeah. I know. Huh? Hey, if I flip, huh? I don't understand this. This doesn't do much. I want to flip X. Maybe do it like this. Back to clueless debugging. Huh? I don't understand this. Am I going here? I do. So how can I rotate the sword? Huh? What is minus pi? Okay, and then if I flip X. Hey, how is it not flipping it? Am I stupid? Huh? Oh my god. What the fuck is this, brother? Okay. If I do nothing. Okay, this is annoying. But we can get it done, guys. So no flipping. Now. Ah, I see. So I need to flip the Y coordinate here. You're fucking kidding me, man. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you literally... Are you actually for real? Ah, wait, I'm doing minus sword rotation. Let's see what that is. Okay. Let's do pi divided by 4. Good. Then we also want to flip X. That will hopefully flip it. Huh? Bro, I just don't understand this math shit, bro. What is wrong with you? Flip the fucking sword. Are you stupid? Huh? Your center rotation is bad? No, like the center rotation is fine, because the sword has like its own rotation. Aha. So if I have no rotation, it's straight up. Then this is rotating it to the left. The minus pi is rotating it to the left. If I were to flip... Yeah, so essentially this is for facing to the right. And so then for facing to the left, we need to do minus sword rotation? And then we need to flip the X coordinate, but it doesn't flip it for some reason. Hello, Mr. Tangy. Hello, Fear of Darkness. Good morning. Still writing bad. Go shut the fuck up. Hä? Why is it not flipping this? To me, it makes no sense.
Gotcha, bitch.
Black, thank you very much for following. What do you do with the sword rotation? Do we assign it to something? What I'm trying to do with the sword rotation is make it so that it looks like this, like. So this is a rotation of 0, okay? And I have a feeling that these render options here, either they get overwritten. Oh, wait a minute. Swing data render options. They are never applied. They are not applied here. Ah. So, So essentially, okay. I get it now. Which means, in this case, I'm just gonna do hero dot weapon data dot render options or equals flip X. Let's test that. If we are facing to the left, I want to flip the sword to the left. Oh my god, yes. And then I also want to rotate the sword by minus pi. Or I want to rotate. I wonder what that looks like. Yeah, that's the wrong one. So we have to do minus sword rotation. There we go. I think we have it. Guys, I've been 12 years. I've seen 12 years in the future. Cakez is still fixing this shitty engine and demo. It's not out yet. By the way, Bloons CD9 is a great game. Listen, man. You can make jokes for as long as you want to. It won't affect me at all. Just wait. Just wait. Ah, finally. So this is what it looks like. Poof. And then once we are done, where does it put the weapon? That's fine. And so now what I want to do here is... No. I want to do something really cool. So when the linear timer is greater than 0.5, this is when I do the taunt phase effect. I also want to do this. If linearity is greater or equal to 0.4, this is when I want to do a circle effect.
My Lord Chat, Milady Cakez, Pepe Neil homies.
Hello, Sturdy Pulse. Good morning. Render quad. I want to generate sprite white, actually. position and the hero.position origin. The previous position would also be hero.position origin or hero.previous position. There we go, that's fine. The size. The size is what we want to do here. This one's going to be awesome. So we're going to generate a const float t value. Man! No, just wait. Watch this. So what we're going to do here is we are going to generate an ease out back using the linear t for the t value here. And then we are setting a size, a vector 2 of, and that would be the AoE radius, which so what we need to do here is like a const static stats is, do I have the ability here? No, I don't. Ah, there we go. There's the ability. Let's get that ability. Circle effect. Put it here. Is hero.stats plus ability.stats. Data.stats. And then const float AoE radius is get radius ability. I see, and then I guess I see the value of the actually the address of the entity, which I guess in this case is the hero. Yeah. But over here we generate a vector 2 AoE radius. Multiply that by the t value. And this is where it gets interesting. Let's mark this here. And Ice Wave has this cool thing where it generates where's this? Lingering crowd. There we go. Cloud effect. That's what I want to do. So it's a sprite white. Has this material. It's going to be a different material, but for now, let's put that in here. Material has these layers and options. Okay. And anything else, it doesn't really matter. Get rid of this. Okay, so layer would be hero.position. Actually, it would just be behind the hero. Actually, it should be on the ground. So calculate layer. Grow in the mode, yeah, layer game, and then I guess we'll put it world size.y. So that's below everything else essentially. And then these are rendering options. I want to have additive blending, I want to render a circle, linear filtering, and I want to have option bloom. Which in this case, I want it to be not blue, RGB. I want it to be red. Or maybe orange. We'll have to see. Okay. And then we are adding this render quad. Game state. Quads. To the quads. Oh yeah. Dot add. Of course. Yes, sir. And now we should also, whenever we use the taunt ability, it should also give us like this effect. Ooh!
Gotcha, bitch!
Okay, wait. Let's see how that looks. It looks kind of odd still. Okay. Wait. We can do multiple things. We can do ease, out. Cube. Quad. From the ease out, and then ease out back from that. That gives us a different curve. And Matt Sherpy, thank you very much for following. Okay, and then also, since this is 0.4, we need to make sure that the linear t minus 0.4 divided by 1. No, division by 1 is... No, wait. So wait. Paint. Guys, I have a question. If I have a line, okay, this is 1, this is 0, and I start here at 0.4. I want that green line, I want the fat green line. This is obviously from 0.4 to 0.1. I want this to be from 0 to 1 again. So I need to divide, I need to get rid of 0.4, then I'm on 0. And then I need to divide that by the duration, right? So that would be dividing it by 1 minus 0.4, right? 0.6. That gives me a normal linear thing. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Okay, and then this is... it's supposed to draw us an ellipse. So... let's test that. Ooh, what do you guys think? Boom. Is this the size though? That's the question. Is this actually the size? Could have just written 0.6 instead of this. Yeah, I mean, in this case, I could have written 0.6. You're right. How does Taunt work in a 2D game? Well, this is what we are currently debating, what we should do with Taunt in a tower defense game. The idea is that we're going to make the enemies move towards the taunted unit very, very slowly at like, let's say 5% of their original movement speed. And once the taunt is over, they just go back. So it's like a way of making the enemies move back to you. Also, I don't like... Oh, he keeps on using it. Huh, interesting. Okay. Let's see, why is he putting the sword in this dumbass location? I want to figure out why this happens. Let's see. Cakes. Yes, Phil. Good morning. What's going on? The location even changes, Lemao. It changes, you see? It does change, yeah. It's always in a different location, kinda. Right? A little bit it does. Mm-hmm. Isn't this just the worst stun? Sounds interesting. It is, but they also attack you when they attack. Because you're doing a flip. But let's see here. I want to see what happens when it's updated. Because we should have the default options here. We're not going here, we're going into normal attacking. We're getting the rendering options right. Previous weapon position. Weapon position. Then we don't generate a new one here. This is, I guess, the problem. The swing progress is 1. So we are not generating a swing direction, are we? I think that might be the issue. Let's try this. Let's see if this does something. Oh wait, this has to be 1. So essentially, we rotate it by default. Animation looks fine to me though. Yeah, the animation looks fine. Still looks bad. Looks bad.
Gotcha, bitch.
So there has to be something else. Weapon distance also has to be... I think the weapon distance is an issue as well. So we probably have to... We kind of have to... Maybe we just... Maybe we don't need that. Because we're not increasing T. Maybe I don't need this. Let's see. Maybe I just don't need this at all. Doesn't look like... It's flipping it over. It's flipping the sword every time. Flipping it up and down. I think it's because I don't have an attack direction. Swing direction, there we go, guys. That is the problem. And I think that comes from my attack direction, which is nothing. Which in this case, for the ability Taunt, I'm targeting myself. So let's see, update hero. Wait a minute, let's undo what we did, right? I'm not sure I need this. Taunt by itself has target type self. It's a buff. And then in update hero. Abilities. In abilities, when we can activate an ability, it is not using the... It's not a trap. It is a buff type. We are looking for a hero to heal, which would be targeting ourselves. And so we should take... If it's not ourselves, I see, then we don't have an attack direction. That's the problem. I see. So I suppose if we don't have an attack direction, or if our attack direction is the same as vector to 0, then we do hero.attack direction is direction up or left or right. Let's see if this works. I don't know if this code will work or not. This is so bad. Oh man! What is the problem? It's still 0. Huh? Okay, wait. Maybe now. I just can't believe it. The attack direction is 0. How? Let's just see what happens here. I'm tired. It is a... We have a target. Yeah, we're targeting ourselves. We do have a target. We don't have an attack direction. We set the attack direction to up. Oh, I see. I get it. If we are targeting ourselves further down below here, this is where we try to normalize. We either go to the left or to the right. And so if we don't have an attack direction, then we do hero.attack direction is direction up. Okay, so now it should work. Please. Okay. Looks kinda odd. Now it's like he's trying to attack to the left and to the right. But it works. And it's changing the swing state too. What do you guys think? What do you think of this animation? What do you say? Why not change his face expression instead? I think that's fine. To be honest, I want this to be reactionary, so... Hello there, Mac. Good morning. How's it going, sir? What a nice welcome, bro. Hey, Cakez. 10 monthly reminder about the anime and automated texture atlas. I'm out. Listen, man. I know that Randy has this in his latest game, and it sounds like a really cool idea. I just enjoy the process of having one texture atlas, okay, brother? Like, and I sort these things myself, okay? Like, I enjoy that, okay? Like, I don't need to... Yes. Okay, sir? So, yeah. Let's see here. I want this to be... Here. And then I want to do a float T is... Now we have T. And then if T is greater than 0.5, now we approach 0.5 faster and maybe even ease out expo. Okay. Then I want to generate me a sub T value. Am I using the linear T anywhere else? I don't. Perfect. I like it. Using the T value. But in this case, minus 0.5 divided by 0.5. There we go. God, I love this. This is awesome. Now, take a look at this. Hey? I appreciate that you enjoy and I admire it. What language is this? This is C++. Reaction time. Am I stupid? Wait a minute. Now we have T here, and then we can do float sub T using T. Like this? Huh? Why is it only there for such a short time? Oh, I'm a dumbass. I get it now. I'm stupid, guys. This only attacks once. And I need to have this if check here. This is the animation. Ah, there we go. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's what it looks like. Watch. Watch. Huh? Eh? I'm stupid. I'm stupid. It's supposed to be sub T. Sorry about that. What do you guys think? Or should I do 0.4? Was 0.6? Is 0.4 better? Okay, now we have to test if it actually works on enemies. Because I think it's not building it, or it's not... Yeah, see that? The radius is not reaching it, because I think we need to do radius times 2. So that would be diameter. Wait a minute. Oh my god. This is the eternal question, right? When you say AoE, is AoE a radius or is it a diameter, guys? So when you think about, like, we had this question before and I forgot what the answer was. When we have a circle in the game and you have a stat called AOE. Okay. Well, is it this part here? Of, you know, 32? Or is it this part here? Is it the diameter? Which one is it? Number 1 or number 2? In general, I would use radius. Area of effect, so it's area. So radius. So fireball deals AoE damage based on the radius. And so that builds us a diameter. The area of effect for me is 2 pi times 2 radius, no? So what you mean by that is einfache Kreisformel, German. Yeah, I know. Radius is easier. Mental maths for the player, as in no maths. So what you're saying is, if I want to build something that... So I essentially have to build the diameter here. Okay, I'm back. So this is the radius then. But it overlaps... Huh. It overlaps... with the other unit too. So I think what it tries to look at is these white circles, if they're inside of this big ellipse. And I'm telling you that it is. For sure. So if we say that the ellipse goes until like this little leaf here where my mouse is, and if we load that again, I mean it's barely might not be in there. But let's just do it again to see. Where it goes. It's close. But to me it looks like it should also take this one. Right? Unless... Where's this? Activate ability. Taunt. It gets an ellipse on the AoE radius. Targets inside using the taunt area. Point in ellipse. Interesting. I think I'm doing something completely wrong here because point in ellipse. Maybe it shouldn't be point in ellipse, but it should be ellipse collision, right? So it will be like get target inside. So like it needs to take that ground collider into account. So that would be Verity. Thank you very much for following, bro. So instead of that, we take the ellipse 1. A ground collider is get ground collider from the target. And then we do ellipse collision. On the ground collider with the area. And then it's gonna give us a different... I think it will include this guy now. Please. If it includes this guy, I'm happy. It does not include him. Wait, maybe now. How not? Wait a minute. I'm gonna make a debug db ellipse really quickly. That takes in the area. And then does a dot color, dot material. Color red. Then game, state. Debug. Whoops. Ellipses. Dot add db ellipse. Okay. Now we are going to figure out exactly what the ellipse looks like. L. The red circle that will appear in a second. That's the ellipse. There's just no way, man. Come on. It's like barely outside. Not even the circles touch. Fuck, man. God damn it. And so, like, it goes till here, right? And then, like, this circle expands over because I animated it to look cool. But then this guy's not in there. Shit. Isolated. Isolation. Thank you very much for following, man. Fuck, bro. Hey, I just joined. What are you trying to do? I currently have an ability in the game that affects all of the enemies inside of this circle. And I'm trying to create something that looks cool visually. While also, like, showing the player how it works, right? So, poof, poof, poof. And by the way, this circle is, like, on top of everything. Which it shouldn't. So, wait. You see here. This effect. Taunt phase. No, not this. This thing here should not be world size. That should be just 0. Then it's on top. Ah, because it's additive. It's drawn after that, of course. And the enemies, they are not there. Oh. I get it now. Now that's annoying, isn't it? This layer has no... That has no... Unless I'm sorting? Oh, it does work. Cool. Poof. So this is what it looks like now, and let's add Bloom back in, because I think Bloom did a really good job with this. I think Bloom makes it look like 10 times better. Look at this, guys. What do you think? Bloom or no Bloom? Have you animated sprite already? Wow, such... Fire has animated sprite already. Wow, such poggers. It was always there. It just, I didn't do the sprite correctly. Bloom? So, like, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it really feel really good. But I think it might grab too much attention. Bloom looks clean. Why the head? Is the different animation time than the radius? Shouldn't it behave similar? Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't taunt the other one. That sucks. But maybe we can do this, guys. I have an idea. We can cheat. So instead of using the diameter here, right? You know what we're gonna do? We're taking the diameter and we are multiplying that by 1.8. Okay, that's going to be not a diameter, but a fake diameter. Okay, it's going to be a little bit smaller, but so much so that it perfectly fits the other one. We're just gonna cheat. Ah, look at that. Huh? Mm-hmm. T minus 0.1. No, T minus... wait a minute. I want to fade it out too. But I would have to change the alpha value here to fade it out at the end. How could I fade it out towards the end? So the sub T value approaches 1 at the end, right? I want it to be 1 and then fade out at 0.9. So I take... I need like an easing function, right? I could do this really quickly here. Float alpha is 1 all the time, and then if, or it's 0.3, and then if the T value is greater than 0.8, right, then I want to set alpha to T minus 0.8 divided by 0.2. That gives me a value between 1 and 0 again, but inverted. Right? Then we cancel out alpha, and then we just supply the alpha here. Let's see how that looks. Belausas, thank you very much for following, sir. Let's see how that looks. Oh my god! Oh, I see. Alpha is 0.3 times. Or times equals. Damn! Sir, yes sir. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Okay. Poof. Huh? Should this go down to 0? So 0.04. Yeah, it's almost done. It looks like this thing is like something that the shader does. Which is attack range circle. This option render circle, this attack range circle here. Some sort of outline, start, RGBA plus, smooth step. Alpha times equals, alpha times equals. So there's got to be... Yeah, like there's some crazy stuff happening here. In the shader. It's fine. It is how it is. Unfortunately, it doesn't perfectly go down, but I think this is fine too. Let's just see it in action. I think it's fine though. Yeah, I think that's okay. And then tomorrow we have to figure out what we do with Taunt.